What is up, y'all? In today's video, we're going to be working on my Stihl BR200 backpack blower. Now, when I tipped it up about a week ago, there was a real bad oil leak because I cleaned around the fuel tank right here, and I was like, okay. I thought my tank had a hole in it, so I was like, okay, and I cleaned it up real nice, and when I came out to use it a couple days later, it had oil all over here, gas and oil, so I think my carburetor's got a little leak, so that's what we're cleaning it today. And yeah, so our metering diaphragm right here, it's nice. It's not wrinkled real bad. I mean, it's got two tiny little wrinkles. It is wrinkled a little bit, but it is a short stem. It's still soft, so it's okay. As far as that, the carburetor, it is a little dirty. And then our pumping diaphragm over here. Our pumping diaphragm screen looks really clean. I don't see much over here in the pumping diaphragm. I don't see much dirt or anything, so our pumping diaphragm screen is right here, and it's pretty clean. And you got like a jet that runs through here and some other little stuff. So I'm just looking real good to see if we got any dirt or debris in there. I think most of the dirt is up here on the metering diaphragm side, or it appears that way. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to see if I have the right size. I don't think I do. Let me get my Allen wrenches and see if I even have the right size to take that off. But we'll take our needle and stuff off, and we'll see what's under there. I think this one should fit. This one should fit on here, and we'll clean it out. Oh, it does fit. Okay, great. That's good. And we're gonna make sure there's no dirt under here or anything like that. There we go. So I know it might be hard for you guys to see. Y'all are on my phone. Usually I use my GoPro, but I don't like using it to film these long videos because it, for some reason, it splits my videos up, and I can't stand when it does that. And also, it's been raining on and off all day today, so that's why I was like, today's a great day to look at my Stihl. So save it for a rainy day, Take our little float needle out right here. A little float needle. Now we have to see if there's any dirt on the tip of it. Appears to be clean. That's good. I'm gonna set it over here out the way. And we're gonna take a look down in there. So I'm gonna grab my flashlight here. We're gonna take a little look, and we're gonna see what's going on down in there. Let me make it less concentrated for you guys. There you guys go. That's better. Looking down in there. Hopefully, you guys can't see. So looking down in there from here, it doesn't look that bad. Flip the carburetor over, look down in there real good. Yeah, so the carburetor's pretty much as clean as it can get. That's good. So it's still leaking a little bit of fuel. So I think our carburetor's okay for the most part. So we're gonna go ahead and put our spring and stuff back in here. We're gonna see if it's all right. That's my grandmother telling the cat no, if you guys are wondering what that sound is. Just letting you guys know that is my annoying cat not trying to get on the table or something, so you know. Alright. So we gotta pretty much what we have to do now is put this on here. See, this is pretty hard to do because you have to get it on there right. And then on top of that, you gotta put your spring all the way in there. So how I usually like to do this is I like to have a tiny little screwdriver. I mean tiny. And what I do with that tiny little screwdriver is I pull the end of that little thing up. It's the way I've done it. So I get my tiny little screwdriver, my tiny little screwdriver here. And what I like to do is I like to get it in there, get it ready. And then I like to kind of get it under here and pull that up and see. So the spring goes here. If I can get it in the hole. There we go. Okay. So we'll see how this thing runs after I've pretty much cleaned the carb out. I mean, this isn't really an official carburetor cleaning, but it's gonna have to do for now because I don't have, you know, it's just gonna have to do. Because for the most part, this carburetor is pretty clean. I mean, it's cleaner than most two-stroke carburetors that I've dealt with. So that's an A plus right there. That it's not as bad or as dirty right now. So, but yeah, it is working because I know this thing cranks up. So the carburetor's probably not that dirty. So. I mean, I didn't really just like clean it out just now. I didn't really full blown like clean it, but I did give it a good little cleaning. And all I'm gonna do is push this needle back up in here a little better. There we go. So now that that's cleaned out, I'm gonna rip myself a little piece of clean paper towel here, or napkin. Rip myself a little clean piece, and pretty much I'm just gonna dab the inside right here, get it all nice and cleaned up around the seal and stuff. Moving on up here to the pumping diaphragm, I'll do the same thing. So now we're gonna grab our pumping diaphragm. Going to stick it back on here. The way that it goes on here, just like that. I'm gonna keep some pressure. Hopefully you guys can see. Keep some pressure on it. I'm gonna grab my screwdriver here. There we go, got that one on there. Now we're gonna flip it over. And I'm just gonna go around each edge, pretty much. Give this one more good cleaning. Here we go. So I'm gonna grab this, which is our metering diaphragm. We'll just put our pumping diaphragm back together. And I'm going to put it on here, just like it was. And then pretty much, yeah, so that's that. So we're gonna let that sit there. We're gonna leave this off. So now we gotta look at the primer bulb section here and make sure it's doing all right, doing its job here. So we're gonna take it off, let that drain out. Primer bulb, it is dark colored yellow, so it is a little yellow, but it's okay. It's not cracked or dry rotted any, so we still got life in it. Looking at our little priming thing, we look okay. So So I'm just gonna stick this back on here because we got prime in our system. Like our primer, inside of our primer bulb is working great. So I'm gonna stick this on here just like that. Pretty much, I'm gonna grab my metering diaphragm, put it on there just like that, and then I'm gonna grab the other half of my carburetor, and we gotta go on there just like so. So this is the hard part right here, because you have to keep this on here. Yeah, so make sure both of the seals are on there. So there's a seal in the metering diaphragm, but mine are stuck to each other, so that's good. So this one's having some trouble staying put. And then here's how we're gonna do this. So sometimes these metering diaphragms can be hard, but just be patient with them because you'll get it on there. And then we're going to gently grab our top. We're going to stick it on. Hold it there. And we're going to stick a screw through. Make sure you get that diaphragm through the screw hole too. If you don't, you're gonna be in trouble because you gotta really line this stuff up. It's all about lining things up, and this is the hard part. It's all about lining it up, like I said. So once you get it on there, just get you a screwdriver and get it started a little bit to kind of help hold it there, and get your other 4 screws. Throw one here, and then later in a minute, once we get it cranked, we have to adjust our idle because our idle is idling high and low, high and low, high and low. So then we gotta adjust it. Wrong screwdriver. So go across like 1, 2, boom, boom, go like that. Remember that 1, 2, boom, boom. That's how I do my carburetors. So I tighten them evenly, but I'm not gonna like put it on there so tight where it won't. I'm just snugging them right now. See? So go 1, 2, boom, boom. Just remember that. That's how I do my carburetors evenly. If you guys are curious in the comments, that's how I do my carburetors and tighten them down evenly. Once I get them tight, I'll then take my stubby little screwdriver here, and then I'll just pretty much go 1, 2, third one I'll snug it. So go 1. Well, this one ain't all the way in, so I gotta go 1, 2, snug it. 1, 2. Some of them take 2, 1, 2. So one of them might take 1 or 2 turns. That's it. And yeah, now she's ready to go back on here. So we'll go ahead and throw her back up here. Just like so. And we got our seal here, which I need to figure out which way this one goes on here. Let's go on this way. Hold up. Figure out what a little hole thing is. Hold on. Let me look at my seal here and figure out. I think it goes this way, don't it? I think that's the way it goes. Yep. Okay, so once you get that on there, and it's pretty much, the basics. And you grab your little thing here, your air filter cover, and you stick it on there and see if it's gonna fit right, that seal. See if it's on there right. It should be. There's not really a good way to tell unless you really look at it real good. Best way to tell is if you have got a flashlight, you know, turn it on. There you go. Just turn it on and look at where your stuff is. And then take your seal off and pretty much look. So I was just looking at mine to see if mine has a little hole. Okay, so it goes on pretty much like this. Yeah, like that. Yep. And then you can look around your carburetor and make sure it's sealed. If you don't get it on there right, then you can always take it off and put it back on. Okay. So I use a drill when tightening this stuff down. It's not really recommended, but it's the faster way to do it. So you're not wasting your time all day. So I just get the little nut and I'll stick it in the drill thing, the little socket, and I turn it on the right way. So yeah, just snug it down. You don't have to really crank them down. That was just a little snug. It's not really cranked on there. So just make sure when you put these nuts on, don't really crank them down. I just like that, snug them down a little bit. So now, before we put that on there, we gotta put our plastics back on. So this is gonna be fun. So now we have to line everything up, and this should all fall into place as you tighten your screws. So there, mine's pretty much in place. Well, not yet, because you got to lift your body up. So grab from up here on the bottom like this, pull up, and then get your thumb and push those little stubs on the stock. Grab up and push with your finger. There you go. So now you got your 3 screws, and this is the size that I'm using for the drill is a S2T25. That's the size bit, but I using it with an extension like this so I can get in there real easy. So how I do these is I start with the bottom one first. And just snug these because they're going into the cylinder. You don't want them so tight that you strip them. And then go to this one. See how I'm just barely snugging them? They're on there tight enough where they won't come out. You just don't want to put them on there so tight because they're just aluminum. Because you got to think they're going into a cylinder, so you can't really crank them down. So now we'll go ahead and put our air filter on here. And we got this little piece to put back on here. This to put back on here. There you go, back together. Now I'm gonna get my tuning wrenches in case if I do have to tune it. You know, I'm not really sure off the top of my head which one it takes, but we'll go ahead and give it a look and see in there. We'll grab our little flashlight here. We'll look in there. So LA. Alrighty. So now all we're gonna do, open our tank back up. Pretty much stick our funnel on here. And then just pour gas, all our gas that we had back in there. And then that little bit left is the trash. So I pretty much caught the trash in there. I don't know if you guys can see it down there. Yeah. So I poured it all in there except the last few. Just the last tiniest little bit. So yeah. Now I'm gonna take my funnel and wipe it out. Stick this aside. Pick up my tools, get them up. So if you guys hear that in the background, that's thunder because it's got rain or storm. So that's what that sound is. So there we go. I'm just gonna pick up all my napkins and put them in my bowl for now. Pick this one up. Wipe all the oil off the outside. Alrighty, let's come over here a little bit. Okay. Well, let me go that way. Yep. Alrighty. Now let's see if she will crank up. One, two, three. I'm gonna make sure it's not leaking. Okay, if we're good, turn the choke on, and it should crank up within the first pull or two, so we'll see if it cranks up. It runs okay. Let's see if it's leaking in there. Let me see if it's leaking. I don't think it is. It runs all right. It's not idled high, it's idled about right. So yeah, now the Stihl seems to be running better. I'm gonna look under there real quick, make sure that we actually did fix our problem. Well, I don't see anything dripping, so that's good. So I guess that means we fixed it for now. That's great. So there we go, the BR206. It's running better. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with your friends or family. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.